Well, there, students. I wanted usually about this time of the semester, it's good for me to intervene and say a few things about the grade book and what your grade looks like and things like that. And so this is my state of your grade and state of the class address I'd like to give, and I'll try to make it brief. I say that in every video, but I do. But the first thing I want to tell you is do not panic and drop the class because of whatever you see as your grade right now. Because there's probably a handful of you in each of my online classes in particular where you're not doing very much of the homework, or you've missed a lot of homework, and so your grade point average right now looks like garbage. But the truth is, we're going to do a lot of homework, and all you simply need to do is start turning homework in, and then all the homework you've missed like shrinks way on down by virtue of what you ended up turning in. And so for every semester, whether it's 111 or 112, we have about 300 to 400 points of homework. And some of that homework is just you doing your writing your papers. So that was kind of taking care of itself in a way. So every time you hit one of those deadlines, your grade point, your homework portion of your grade is improving. So just keep trying to hit get those deadlines, and you'll find that you'll anyway, the homework portion of your grade is going to be improving. Now, depending on whether you're in 111 or 112, that has to do with how much homework is worth. So look, homework is worth 20% of your final grade in both. Okay. So anyway, so let's say you've even missed 50 or 60 points. Well, even that is not a whole lot, because like I said, we're going to do 300 to 400 plus there's a curve at the end of the semester to the tune of 30 points. So just try to keep honoring those deadlines. But look, I would encourage you, don't even think about your grade point average right now, and instead just think about the work. Because like I said, it's just not as bad as it looks. Now, when you start taking, if you're in my 111 class, so once you start taking the quarter term exam, and once you get a grade for that first paper, you're going to see your paper, your average change dramatically. And most of your grade point, your total is coming from your papers, not your homework. So I'm going to look at that thing again. I was just showing you, explain what that is, but so that's pretty much it. And remember, I mean, everybody knows this by now, but I don't take late homework. And yes, that curve is going to help you. Be patient with me as I'm updating the grade book. I've been modestly on top of it so far. It's a little easier for me in the spring, but I get really behind in the fall. But let me show you this. Now you can find this thing right here. I call it the grade calculator on the introduction page for the course. And this is a better way to go about determining what your grade is actually going to be, okay? So, for example, let's imagine that you scored an 80 on the first paper. You scored a 73 on the second, an 86 on the third, and you only got your homework done 2/3 of the time. Okay, that sounds kind of bad, right? It isn't very good, but that means you would get 13.2 out of those 20 potential points. And then on the quarter term exam, you got an 81, and then you did okay. You did better on the exams. Then your final grade would be a 78.6, so a high level C. If you got a B, a C, and a B, plus this kind of thing. So anyway, I would encourage you to kind of fool around with these numbers and see if you want to see what your actual grades are going to be like. But right now, because we haven't started writing, you haven't got grades for any papers yet. It is just completely in flux. So I would just say relax. Don't feel too worried about whatever your grade looks like at this point, particularly if you've missed some homework. For my 112 guys, I just wanted to say that I've opened up the next few weeks, not necessarily because I want you to turn things in early, but just so you know when the deadlines will be, and how you can better pace yourself. And also in the next few weeks, particularly not next week, but the week after that and after, there's going to be more reading. as we're working through some more course content. So I just wanted to give you an opportunity to get ahead. Like, let's just say you know, you're tired of working on the paper and you just want to continue to do some of the other course content. I just thought I'd give this a try and open the next few weeks up early. There are a couple of quizzes and one reverse outline that's required. So I just sort of wanted you to see what was coming forward if you wanted to print those kinds of things and maybe read it at your leisure before those deadlines. But all those little quizzes and stuff are going to be open in advance. So you can get ahead if you want, but you don't need to. In fact, I would rather you kind of focus your efforts on this paper that you got about 2 weeks to write. For my 111 guys, I for my 111 guys, I'll probably be doing the same thing when we get to a major paper assignment, but we're not there yet, and so just keep plugging away at those deadlines, and that's it.